Hello, my name is Timothy Bickham. My presentation is called Cooperative UAV and USV Systems, a collaboration to extend range and abilities. Today, USVs, unmanned surface vehicles, are being developed to expand the use of UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, in maritime environments. The combination UAVs and USVs gives an energy-efficient method of deploying and storing UAVs and giving USVs expanded capabilities of an aerial perspective. This synergistic model expands mission capabilities, allowing for extending operation time and lowering the cost of operations if each mode was used separately. Rapid, coordinated landing of UAV and USV. Here is a video of a demonstration of the Rapid system. Project Risk Aware Automated Port Inspection Drones, Rapid, is a convergence between UAVs and USVs to survey maritime infrastructure and ships. The UAV is paired with a USV to expand the range of deployment for maritime operations. A difficult part of this operation is enabling a UAV to dock with a USV. The maneuver is to allow for hot swapping of the UAV's batteries, downloading its data, and the delivery to the next deployment area without draining the UAV's battery. The USV has an ARUCO marker named for the Augmented Reality University of Cordoba in Spain. This ARUCO marker is on the landing platform of the USV that allows computer vision systems on the UAV to identify, track, and determine the orientation and position of the USV. This allows the UAV to land with the proper alignment so it may lock onto the USV. The Rapid project utilizes the USV for transporting and delivering the UAV to its intended location, using less energy to travel across the water than a UAV would require flying. Cis-Orca UAV on a launch and recovery trail with a 12-foot Flank USV. Flank, a German maritime defense company, in conjunction with other European countries, and CIS, a developer of autonomous aerial systems, jointly implemented a system that enables a method of launch and recovery UAVs from USVs. This system utilizes an Orca UAV operating from a 12-foot USV to expand the maritime use for ISR, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. This system is developed to be accessible for operations with other NATO nations. Flank is developing maritime defense systems for waterways. UAV-assisted USV visual navigation. It was recognized that operations in water would be difficult for USV craft due to the large area involved with an emergency response and the flatness of the surface. With this situation, it can be difficult to discern different objects in the water. The operator controlling the USV may have difficulties directing the USV to people in distress due to this. The UAV can aid in this situation by flying to a higher altitude to discern people from debris and direct the operators on how to direct the USV to the necessary location. If we look at the picture here, we can see the USV in the bottom left, called Emily, would be on a rescue operation for a victim out in the water. Well, if the victim doesn't stand up much above the water, they're difficult to discern. A UAV flying between 10 feet, a few hundred feet, using regular cameras and infrared or thermal cameras, will give a much better view. The view from the UAV will be directed to the laptops for the controller, and the controller would see where the victim is located and be able to direct the USV to the proper location. Drone swarm tactics. Groups of UAVs and USVs can be utilized to deploy in swarms to help search for submarines. Visible light sensors on UAVs would be deployed to find submarines on the surface. Underwater submarines could be detected by sonar and magnetic sensors on USVs. Included in the sensor package are the magnetometers, which can be used to search for submarines because a submarine moving in water can create friction that can cause variations in the magnetic fields that can be measured. AI would be used to create the paths for the USVs and the UAVs to follow to scan the water with their sensors. Wind turbine blade inspection. Another situation that can use the UAV-USV pairing is the inspection of ocean-based wind farms. The wind turbines can be damaged by winds, wave action, and weather. A modification of the previous examples is that the USV would be based out of an ocean-going ship. In this type of situation, the UAV would be deployed in swarms. In these inspections, the wind turbine must be stopped, so inspections are conducted in a manner that is as quick as possible. A swarm of UAVs will be deployed from USVs, which can hot swap batteries to speed up the inspection. A limitation on this situation is that the batteries of the UAV last for 45 minutes, but requires 90 minutes to recharge, which is why hot swapping of the batteries is important. With this situation, the UAV would require returning to the USV to obtain fresh batteries to continue. If we look on the pictures at the upper right corner, we see two UAVs which are flying around a wind turbine inspecting the blades. There are two UAVs doing the inspection, which reduces the time necessary for the inspections. At the bottom picture, we can see how multiple USVs would be deployed to launch multiple UAVs to inspect the wind turbine blade. Each of these USVs would have its own UAV and would have multiple batteries for hot swapping to speed up the inspection. Landing and docking maneuvers. If a UAV is to be based on a USV platform, it is necessary that the UAV is able to land on the USV, be secured for transportation, and have the UAV's battery replaced or recharged. The landing may need to occur with the USV being in motion, or the motion of the waves could make the landing dangerous. The landing methods will require visual sensors, Aruco markers, enhanced AI systems. At the time of this paper, the UAV was only able to land 100% successfully if the target platform was moving less than 0.5 meters per second. Here we have a video. Here's a practice video showing a UAV attempting to land on a platform. On the bottom left hand side you see a simulation of the actual movement of the platform versus the computer simulation. It shows that situations where between the Aruco and the sensors on the UAV shows that the platform is at an angle where it cannot safely land, so it aborts the landing. It continues on a few times. Always backing away if it's not safe. A safe landing. Now, another one is similar type platform. We have two cameras showing view from the outside, and the bottom right is the UAV camera view. Now, winds of 7 knots showed. You see the landing pad on the USV is the Aruco, which allows the UAV to land there. And then showing several different times where the UAVs land perfectly normally and safely. In conclusion, the joint deployment of USV and UAV vehicles expands the utility and opportunities of both unmanned vehicles, both in military and industrial fields. The last video here is a military style UAV USV operation. see the USV on patrol being teleoperated from a remote location. Their suspected boat observed. The USV is redirected to make contact. Before getting there, the UAVs are launched. They are launched either by a teleoperator or through AI. The boat is identified at this point with AI, and a swarm of drones is launched. These drones have smoke canisters to warn the boat off and identify manned ships of the location of the operation. And in this simulation, people in the boat, they are repelled and the coast is secure.